Hi everyone, my name is Mouna. Graduated 2006. Excellent. Thanks for being here, it's fun. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about research and recent investigations. A few years ago, I co-founded a design studio called Daily Tous les Jours. We do large-scale interactive public installations, trying to keep the kind of ITP dream alive, more or less successfully, depending on the case. And so recently, we came across a Buddhist book to follow up on Chris's act, also talking about a text that inspired us, called Finite and Infinite Games, which states, amongst other things, that a finite game is played for the purpose of winning, whereas an infinite game is played for the purpose of continuing the game. So we've been trying to apply that to the design of our interactive installations. How do we create open-ended stuff? And since our playground is urban space and city, how do we do this infinite games outdoors in spaces and invite the public to come along? So one of the projects that we did that got quite a bit of circulation over the past few years is create a set of 21 musical swings and then a version of 10 musical swings, which are an invitation for people to come together, forget about themselves a little bit, play along and make music together, create bigger things as a collaborative effort. We set a basic set of rules. If you swing higher, you get higher notes, everything is pre-organized, etc., etc. We invite people to work together to make more music in synchronicity and collaboration. And then we watch them trying to bend the rules constantly, trying to break the system, and just perform in a free way and not caring about any of our design efforts, and enjoying themselves more truly that way. And making sure that everyone can find kind of their own way of playing along. So this is our best audience. We know we're doing not so bad. We've done some choreography and dancing projects as well. So one of our recent challenges for the Montreal Planetarium has been to try to get people to make movements like planets and stars. So we've been experimenting in studio. What does it mean? How does a shooting star move through space? These kinds of stuff. And so again, we set a structure for how to invite people to follow along. In this case, it's a large-scale interactive projection with instructions projected on there. Align yourself in front of me, says the room, inviting people to move through space, drop to the ground, exhale, look at the sky. And so part of the work that we've been trying to develop is that language and that context for people to have finite rules, but in the end, just play along, dance, move, and invent the project that they want through the context that we give them. Dance has been a thing that we're experimenting a lot, trying to get people to relax a bit in the city and rediscover their city through different kinds of motions. This is a metro station, also downtown Montreal, I realize, on this project, which is kind of a transient space. People come and go, and we keep being told, like, these are spaces where people don't stop, they don't really engage with each other. So we installed kind of a recording cinema studio inspired by the work of a Canadian filmmaker called Norman McLaren, and invited by the NFB to do that. And then picked one of his films, a little funny film called The Canon from 1963, in which Brian Pernaut, this actor, walks through and does kind of this visualization of the musical canon through that little dance, which we renamed the Macarena in honor of Norman McLaren, and invited people to come and do themselves and make that film over and over again in the public space and then project it, invite people to come and watch, create a little outdoor cinema setting for the summer, and have people just see themselves becoming the movie in real time. So we had about 2,000 or 3,000 people over the course of a few weeks come together, and more importantly, kind of bringing life to that corner of the city and reinventing it a little bit along the way. Sometimes the kind of projects that we do are a little bit more serious. This is for Lac Mégantic, the town in Quebec that got a huge railway accident a year ago. A big oil tanker crashed in the middle of the downtown area. And so the officials came to us and said, we need to reinvent our city as a kind of open-ended space that people can protect themselves in the future again. What can we do together? And so this is the site of the accident. And over the course of a few months, we developed something quite simple, just kind of places for people to gather. In this case, not using technology, but using all the same principles of interaction design and experience design, and creating what we call the walk, like la marche du vent, the walk of the wind. Just carrying people, putting together like a sidewalk to accompany them through this disaster zone so they feel a little bit protected and they know where to meet with each other, and they can encounter each other, have conversations, bump up against each other, and hopefully reinvent together a little bit of their future. We did a series of exhibitions telling the story of the city prior to the accident, kind of just generating different conversations. That is not correct. I have 60 more seconds. That's what this time you said. Big hammocks installed. And alas, I'll just have 2 more slides. Other shapes and forms of this infinite city have been also just giant projections, inviting people to reinvent the news using text messaging together. Most importantly, with this one idea that we try to keep in mind all the time when bringing people together is, if you don't like it, change it. How do we create projects that inspire people to do that? That's been our work with Infinite City. Thank you.